Hello folks, welcome back to Huevember Day 20. I want to start off with the photosensitivity warning. As always, if you are sensitive to flashing lights and moving images, try to focus on the canvas to the right hand side of the screen. The canvas on the left is going to be flashing around and moving a lot. So for this Huevember, as you just saw there, I started off with a completely different pose from what I ended up going with. This character, Joan, she is a law enforcement official in her universe. And initially I wanted to do a pose of her on duty in uniform, stopping bad guys, looking powerful. But then I decided I kind of wanted to do a nice relaxed piece of her just chilling at home off duty with a cup of tea. And as you can see, even though she is off duty and she is just having a relaxing day, she still has that very stern expression on her face because she is a very stern character. I was struggling with this pose a little bit too, which is what that ribcage skeleton you saw there was. I was trying to map out the proportions of the body before putting it into a sitting position. Anyway, Joan. This character is another character of that universe that I keep talking about, where I've just changed so many things that I don't have a solid plot line for it anymore. She is one of the, big three characters of the universe. There's Amelia, Jameson, and now Joan. They were the first three that I sort of came up with for the concept of the story, and they're the three, main characters that the story revolves around. If you saw yesterday's video, you know that these three characters are not the main characters of the story. That role goes to Angela. She's sort of the perspective of the audience. I was really having trouble with this coffee cup and it ended up being way too big. But Joan, Jameson, and Amelia are just kind of the three most important side characters of this story, the ones that interact with Angela the most. And again, this story is ever-changing. I've switched around so many things that could all change later on. God, that hand, I really struggled with this, and I don't like how it turned out in the end. Her right hand just seemed to be way, way bigger than her left hand. And she's a really, really tall character. I think she comes in around 6'4". But for some reason, that coffee cup is massive in her hand instead of being a lot tinier like it should be. So that was just something that really irritated me about the end result of this piece, and something to keep in mind for next time. So for Joan here, I wanted to do a lighting where it was very, very early morning. The sun is just rising, so you still have those very cool bluish light, since we were doing the true blue today for our Huevember challenge. And I wanted that light to be coming through the window and just barely, barely touching her. So she's mostly going to be in shadow for the end of this one. And even though I'm not a fan of how the anatomy on the hands specifically came out, I was really, really happy with the shading of this piece and the highlighting and even her profile. I like that Roman nose that she has. It just really gives her some character. So as we're just finishing up the color blocking here, and we're going to get into the shading in a little bit, I just wanted to talk about how Joan, the big three, Joan, Amelia, and Jameson, are kind of like my muse characters. I just love drawing them, even outside of the context of their story. But Joan specifically, I've had for so long that if you were to go back to all my art starting around 2013, 2014, you would see her popping up constantly. I love to draw her. Something about her, tall, lithe appearance, the Roman nose, the strong profile, and the A-line haircut that she usually has. It's so fun to draw. I just really enjoy it. So now that we've gotten into shading here, I want to point out what I did with the highlighting and how it's pretty different from what I've been doing for most of the Huevember pieces. I just barely touched on the outlines of the character, just where her nose, the top of the cheek, the chin, the chest and collarbone, the knee, everything that would be directly in the line of light is the only thing that's being highlighted. Adding a little bit of backlight there to replicate the light of like a TV or something, some buildings in the background. And that is about it. Just really, really simple for this one. Adding a couple more details there at the end. And that is Joan. Finishing us off for day 20 of the Huevember Color Challenge. We are 2/3 of the way through, only 10 more days left. Tomorrow's video, we are going to be going into purple this time. And if you would like to see that video right now, you can find it on my Patreon under the Video Star tier, along with tons of other early access and exclusive content. Other than that, if you would like to follow me on my art journey, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram. I'm posting every day there for the month of November. And be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can all find your way back here for tomorrow's video. All right, bye!